am I doing? What am I doing? Hey everyone,
It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. We made it through another week. Through another week. I said through another week. Yes. Yes. Give yourself a hands clap and a pat on the back. We made you guys through another week. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I'm so glad today is Friday, and I know you guys are excited as well. Okay, so sit on down, you guys. Sit on down into the comfy seat wherever you are out there into the world today. So you guys will have to bear with me for this episode right here because there's a lot of things that's happening. You guys can probably tell my voice is like deep right now. Growing up, you got some growing up. So remember, the last time I said this, my voice goes in and out, in and out. It go sometimes be like this, or probably be to my normal voice like this right here, or probably gonna go down to like that. So it's gonna be like that throughout this episode. So I apologize in advance, but I'm growing up, you guys growing up. And then also, I cannot believe this. My freaking allergies wanted to really start acting up this morning. I just been sniffing nonstop. Sneezing nonstop, watery eyes nonstop. I took my allergy pills this morning, and it's still happening. So you guys may see me sniff, maybe see me running eyes. I'm not crying, you guys. It's just running eyes, okay? But I'll apologize in advance. But without that out of the way, hopefully your week has been great as mine was. I've been working this week, you guys. I've been working. I got some new things that's coming out, you guys. They'll be coming out very soon, later this year. Yeah, my week's been good. Just been working. So we're just going to hop right in, you guys. We're just going to hop right in because this first topic... And I promise you guys, there will be an episode where I will sing for the entire show because I did mention that to you guys. I'm still sticking to that word. I don't know when, because I said I don't know when I'm going to do it. Just expect the unexpected, okay? Expect the unexpected. But let's hop right into this here because I found out, you guys, back in 2018, a class being offered by Yale University has already been called the most popular class in the school's history. Guess what? The subject is happiness. Now, before I really dive into that, let me stop right there because we know how the world is today. We don't see a lot of happiness. Excuse me. Well, I don't see a lot of happiness from people. Well, if I do, that they just want to put it on for a show, right? Just put it on for a show. They're not truly happy. They try to, do it for others, this and that. Well, what about our students? Are our students happy? Let's dive deep into that. Do we think our students are happy? Because we, as teachers, we only see them when they come inside our classroom. Once they step outside of our classroom and outside the school buildings, we don't know what's going on into their lives. We don't know. Are they properly going home? Do they have homes? Are their parents there? We don't know how their lifestyle is, when they leave the school building. We don't know. And, we got to take that into consideration. We really do. Because, our kids' mental health, don't get me started on that, you guys, because y'all know I'm big on that. It is so very important inside our schools to have, counselors, mental health counselors, this and that, to really talk with our students, not just a guidance counselor, because, yes, they have resources, this and that, but they don't have all the types of resources. We need a specialist, a mental health specialist inside each of our schools around the country. That's how I feel. But it's really something. So here's my question. Do you think our students are happy today? Do you think our students are truly happy? And please elaborate on to that answer. Please elaborate on to that answer. Do we think our students are truly happy? Marinate on that, okay? Marinate on that. So going back to the topic with Yale University, with a class that, and I think it's probably still going on if I'm correct, which is happiness. Now the class officially called, well, it's called this right here, Psychology and the Good Life. It aims to teach students how to lead a happier, more satisfying life by focusing on positive psychology and behavior change. Now the course professor, Dr. Laura Santos, excuse me, probably that professor is still there. She thinks that so many students are interested in the class because in high school they had to excuse me, I'm going a little too fast. She thinks that so many students are interested in the class because in high school they had to deprioritize their happiness in order to gain admission to the school. Ain't that something there? Ain't that something there? So what do we think? Do you think that the secret to happiness can be found in the classroom? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know, does there need to be a class on happiness to begin with inside of our schools? I don't know, because for me, of where I'm going to just speak on me for a moment. And then you guys can also chime in the comments as well. But where Damian Anderson, where does he find happiness? Is by doing the things that I love to do, which is this right here, my show, Damian Talks Education, and also with my other projects, the people that I have in my life, my job, that finds me happiness. The kids there, my kids, they bring me happiness. My life, you guys, I'm going to say that my life brings me happiness. Now, I will say this right here. I choose to be happy because some people are wondering or questioning, why does Damien always have a smile onto his face? He's always happy, this and that. Well, guess what? That's what I choose. That's what I choose for my lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying, every day, throughout my life, I don't have flaws. I don't have mistakes. I don't go through things, which I do. I go through all those things. But for Damian Anderson, I choose to be happy. I choose to look on the good side, the good part of things. You know what I'm talking about? I don't look towards the negative no more. I really don't. That was the old Damian. And I know some of my friends are watching that. They're like, yeah, because they are agreeing to me onto them, because they know how the old Damian was. They know how it was, because I always used to do this and that, always bringing up things from the past, negative things, this and that. That was the old Damian. New Damian, he is finding peace in things. He is slowing down. I don't know if that's even a word to begin with. I don't know. But he is finding peace in everything. Okay. So, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. And digest. You know what I'm talking about? So, inside of our schools, I don't know, should there be a happiness class to begin with? I don't know, because you can't teach happiness. I'm going to say that. You can't teach happiness. I may be wrong, but I don't think you can teach happiness. That has to come from within. You know what I'm saying? That has to come from within. Sorry, guys. Because I felt a sneeze about to come on, so I stopped it for the time being. But I don't think you can teach happiness to people or to students inside the classroom. That's what I feel. Because like I said, it has to come from within a person. because you can't make somebody to be happy or to be sad or to be angry. That comes within a person. If they want to be happy, that's them. If they want to be sad, that's them. Angry, pissed off, that comes within them, not from other people. So, yeah. Yeah. But let me hear from you guys. Do you think, what was the question? Do you think that the secret to happiness can be found in the classroom? Yes or no? But also, wait, let me chime in onto that question there. Because with that question, yes, from the teachers, from your peers. Because if you guys are always uplifting, energetic, it's always, this and that. Yes, you can find happiness inside the classroom by what you may be doing. If you're doing fun things, this and that. But I mean, if you're doing like bored, it's dull, it's boring, the teacher is this type of way and the students don't feel that type of energy, then of course, yeah, there's not gonna be happiness inside my classroom. You know what I'm talking about? Like for right now, I'm gonna use me as a sample. Y'all see the background I have here? Do you think anybody will find happiness in this type of background here? For me, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because look at it. It's dull. It's boring. There's like, where's the colorful things? Like, where's all of that? So yeah. But yeah. So let me hear from you guys. Okay. Let me hear from you guys. Now moving on, let's talk about this here. Continuing on with students. I also found out back in 2018, and still even today, you guys, with the news being dominated with issues of sexual assaults and consent that's going on, how do you explain what's going on to young children who may hear about it? That's a good question, and I got to really think about that because y'all know I work at a daycare, young children. So, well, one third grade teacher named Elizabeth Kleinrock went viral after she shared a consent chart she made to help her students understand. Now, the chart featured on her Instagram at Teach and Transform helps students define consent, gives them examples of when to ask for consent, like giving hugs or touching another person, and what to say in response to another student if they don't give you consent. Wow. I love that there. I truly love that there. And I'm going to show you guys, probably as I'm talking, you guys, the consent chart as I'm talking, and you guys can see what's on it. And, it goes on to say, what does consent sound like? It says, here's some. Yes, sure. Yes, please. Of course. Yes. I would allow that. Okay. And it must sound positive and enthusiastic. Okay. And then it goes on, it says, when do we need to ask for consent? Giving hugs, borrowing things, touching another person, kissing, sharing secrets. And that's what I do with and it goes on and on. You guys can see the chart for yourself, and it goes on and on. And I like that there because I work in daycare, and I ask my students, well, some of them, not all of them, but like some of them, because they love to give me hugs. They really do. They love to give me hugs. And with some of them, I ask, do you want me to give you a hug? Is it okay? They either say yes or no, giving them permission, because what if they don't want no hug? You got to respect, I know they're young kids, though, but still, though, you got to respect because, they probably don't want that. They probably want, whatever they may, whatever they may be. And I always ask because I am the adult. I think that's more, our responsibility. We have to ask because that is totally great. That's great. Also, touching another person. Ooh, I deal with that on a daily basis at work because I always ask them every day, Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch nobody if they don't want you touching on them. And then some of them, come up to me. He's touching me now. See, you did. That's what I'm talking about there. That's what I'm talking about there. Be in your own space. Don't touch nobody if they don't want you touching them. Now, if they ask for you to touch on them, okay, they gave you permission. Okay, they gave you permission. But if they did not give you permission, if they tell you, don't touch me, and you still going to touch them on them, see, you're not respecting what they ask. And that goes with me too as well, because I don't like a lot of people touch up on me, hugging me, this and that. I ask, like, if I either, if they try to come in for a hug, shake hand or fist bump or whatever, not touching up on me, because I don't like too much hugs to begin with anyways. But with kids, it's fine because I love hugging kids. But with, adults and stuff like that, no, just give me a handshake. I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a handshake or a fist bump or just a wave, this and that. Don't come up on me, touch on me, this and that. Okay. That's with me, y'all. That's with me. But anyways, this is great. This is great. And we should ask our young kids this. We need to be teaching them now at the age that they are at, because that will go a long way. I'm going to tell you, that will go a long way if you teach them early. Parents, are you hearing me? We got to teach our kids early on. We cannot wait until when we feel it's the right time, to talk with our kids about this or that. No, start it young, at the young age. Okay? I know it's difficult, or you probably don't want to have it. It has to be done. It has to be done, because if you don't teach them, let me just say this before we wrap up. If you don't teach them, then the world is going to teach them. And I don't think you want the world to teach your children certain things or let them hear from other people. Am I right? Of course I'm right. For example, sex. Do you want yourself as the parent to teach them what's right and wrong about it? Or do you want your child to hear from the world? And we know how the world is today, or from their peers. I don't think you want that. I know, I really don't want to have that talk with my kid, but it has to be done. I know it's going to be difficult. It's going to be strange. It's going to be this and that. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. Of course it is. Talking about that with your child, of course it is. But it has to be done. It has to. So think about it, parents. Think about it, okay? So let me hear from you guys. What do you think about this? Yay or nay about this? Because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it so much. So you guys, my voice, it's just been, I told you guys throughout this episode, up and down, up and down. But thank you all. See, slow down. Slow down. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to tell a friend about this show right here. With that out of the way, I want you guys to take care of yourself. Be blessed. Have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, because I know I will. And I will see you guys right here next time. Peace. I'm sure you guys who are actually stay true to yourself, to who you are. Be your authentic yourself. Be your authentic you, okay? Come as you are. Show everybody who you are. Don't fake being this type of way. Who wants to see that? I certainly don't want to see that. I certainly don't want to see that. Be yourself, you guys.